put what a $3-4 million fucking tab on your name. I
Oh,
watched
and my name, yeah, the building.
the
Yeah, the
building,
building.
that whole
That's
Death
right.
Row building. When niggas was hollering, it was Suge building. Nah, that shit was a Reggie name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I watched you do that. You wouldn't have did that. The office gone. The
We was
office
gone.
gone. The motherfucking perception gone. You know what I'm
We
saying?
had a receiver on the way down to start collecting all our checks. If I
Yeah.
wouldn't have went and got that judgment, but anyway, I don't like talking this business because people say I'm hating. But anyway,
So you saying
Nah,
the
you
brother
ain't.
didn't have no side hustle? God damn, that's
Nah,
crazy.
bro, that's why I'm the way I am. You look up, it's some
he only
music.
had
You
one
look up,
stream.
it's some diapers. You look up music,
Yeah,
it's diapers, it's fucking this, it's that. Because, bro, it scared me. I watched this man, bro. I watched this shit disappear because one stream of revenue went away. But it was the only stream of revenue.
yeah. And who would
Scared the
ever
fuck
thought?
out of me,
Who
bro.
would ever thought? Yeah, who would ever thought?
Yeah,
But
scared the fuck out of me. So, we gonna
yeah,
keep it going, keep it moving, keep doing what we doing. I got seeds in my mind that I keep there to keep me motivated so I don't slip. Cause this shit get
yeah,
real out here, bro.
yeah,
And Reg is one of those dudes that when I look up and it's coming in the near future and I got a position that pay a motherfucker 6 figures, I got an obligation to this man because he really the one let me in the door. I was in the death row door before Suge got back out of jail. And I was on account of Reggie and Reggie taking back information to Suge for Suge to say, yeah, keep him close, keep him around till I get there.
yeah,
Reggie could have
yeah.
hated on the nigga and said, oh man, this nigga right here is a problem. But
And saved a lot of niggas when he was trying to punk on them, and you came in and be like, no, you can't do that to him.
yeah,
We ain't gonna speak no names, but
yeah,
yeah, save niggas, you know.
yeah. I
It's
wasn't,
funny.
bro. I wasn't ready to tell you. Wack wasn't getting told what to do around there, bro. I was part of the
No,
movement. We wasn't doing that. But
yeah,
nah, man. I'm watching what Snoop doing over there. It looked like he
yeah.
made enough.
It ain't a bad thing. People
Yeah,
think we hating on it. It ain't a bad thing. You know, I just hope he do right. That's all I ever say. But
yeah.
people don't know. They think I'm hating because he got it. They don't know. It's a company out there called Big Simon Says Music Publishing. That it's gonna be nice one day.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
that's that shit up under your script.
that's my point.
Yeah,
That's my
no,
point.
I know that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that ain't
that's my
his
point.
shit. Yeah, that's under your
Yeah.
shit.
Yep. But anyway, yeah,
I
that's
forgot
another
all
day.
about that fucking company, Red.
Exactly. That's where all the music publishing. I did buyouts with all those fools. I laugh and everybody say, "Wonder why we ain't getting that money? We ain't getting that money." I'm like, Y'all forgot y'all sold all y'all rights when y'all niggas was down and out, and I came and
So,
helped. The
Red,
niggas
you
said I
still
was
got
taking the
all
bank.
that?
I still own all that. Ellen and them know they just be saying, "Reggie, bring me the paperwork." But you know that bankruptcy thing was hanging over their head, and I just sit back. But
Or what
you
you
know.
what you waiting on? Why you ain't? What's
Well, you know, I still got this little paperwork on over my head. It'll be off in a few months. This
Yeah,
probation.
but see, it's the way to do that, Reg. All you gotta do is transfer that to another situation which is controlled by you, and then get the
We'll
right
talk about it.
attorney to go in and do your situation.
We'll
That's
talk
easy.
about it.
All right,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got the attorney for you for all that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but hey, listen, man. Through every journey, it's trials and tribulations, twists and turns, bro. They got an old saying, old song in church. Steve Harvey used to always put it on his intro. You know what I'm saying? When you fall, get your ass back up. Don't lay down. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got the bone structure. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass up. You know what I mean? In the morning, get your ass up. Laying around all motherfucking day ain't nothing good gonna happen for you. Get up. Just keep getting up. Keep getting up. Keep pecking at it. You keep digging. And I learned this from my Mexican brothers that they do a lot of labor work for me and help me build my houses and shit. I tell myself, damn, this is a lot of work. I don't know how they gonna get this shit done. I swear, man, I watch them go to work. I may be gone 4 or 5 days. I come back, that shit is dug up. That shit then went up because they kept at it. Shit be crazy. I be like, God damn, but they kept at it. You keep digging, that hole gonna get deeper, wider. You keep building, it's gonna happen. So we just as a people, we be want shit to happen quick. Slow and steady win the race, man. I've seen a lot of people, running real fast and they crash out. Slow and steady win the race.
Like, Bench people don't play and don't work for a little bit of money. We don't. We get the job done.
It's another saying Steve Harvey always say called OPM, other people money. Don't be scared of that either. OPM. Yeah. Meaning don't be scared to take loans and stuff like
Hell
that and get
no. Yeah.
yep,
Fuck no.
OPM. Him and Magic Johnson used to always talk about that. OPM.
Shit, other people's money. There ain't nothing wrong with taking 5 million when you know it's gonna make you back 7 to 8 after you give them back their 5 and they little points. And the points they want, you can't keep that money anyway. It don't even matter.
Exactly. Yep.
That's the man. That's you want to know who I first worked for or communicated with at Death Row? That was the man with the keys. He was the one running the label at the time before Suge even came back home. So y'all got any questions, man? That's the man to talk to, bro. Cause he definitely know the answers.
Hey Reggie, how you get into all the whole death row situation?
Exactly. Just being around Suge. I'll be honest, I can't take no credit from Suge. And I tap at him a little bit, just like Wack. We get upset, we get disappointed at him. We don't get mad at him. We get disappointed because we know what all we done for him and did with him. But I'll be honest, everything I learned in this game came from Suge Knight. I was a security. I was a cop. Let me put that out there. That needed security. I opened up a security company. He showed me the way on that, and I was just around him for 2 years. He got caught up. He didn't trust anybody, um, because people was messing over him and abandoning him for whatever reason. I'm not one to put a halo on Suge head, and he took me up under his wing, and we just started running back and forth doing stuff, and did that for 5.5 years for him. People want to say I ran the company in the ground, and that's funny because they don't know the business. But Suge was home 5 years before he filed bankruptcy. And the only reason he filed bankruptcy was because of a unjustified judgment that was placed against him on a guy that, in my opinion, he settled with 3 times. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, that's what happened. But to make the answer to your question, I learned everything I learned from OG, what's say, O on the job training, OJT, and from Suge Knight. So yeah,
For sure, man.
Hey, Red, so you said that you was like, I've seen a couple of your clips before, and you said, you did your job when you was on the other side, when you was on the blue side. With
correct.
All right, so how cool is you to where like somebody like Sugar be like, hey man, you need to come work for me. Like
Niggas
how
grew
do
up
you
on the
Well,
same block, bro.
I
right? I
yeah,
understand that, right? But at the same time, though, even though niggas grew up on the same spot, you know how we feel about
because
the police,
Man, I
let
right?
me say
got
this about
police.
law
Hold on,
enforcement.
Reg. I got
Okay, good.
police people, friends that I grew up with playing pop water football for real, bro. I see them different. A nigga ain't gonna nigga can see me doing something running down the street with a bag of money. He ain't gonna tell them on me. But go
Right,
ahead,
right.
Reg.
All I want to say is, man, it's about respect. Niggas that in the level that ain't little punks and stuff, they just want you to treat them with respect, man. And it took me a while to learn that. Luckily, I had a father that had been in the position that grew up in the housing projects and all of that. That was really before community service that taught me how to treat people with respect. And a couple of times he had to pull my coattails, say, "Nigga, you got grandmothers and stuff that lives in this city. You can't be treating people like that." Because I was 20 years old, young, and had that little power that I had, and so of course that badge got a little heavy a couple of times, but luckily, I was able to get out of that and grow out of that, and grew up with these same dudes that we talking about. All these dudes that we talking about, I grew up with. And that's why I laugh when people say, "Oh, he was the police." Yeah, I was the police, but I also helped dudes in a lot of situations as well because I had the learning and I had that training by pops. and I think I helped a lot of brothers that hurt them. Um, I had people. I had a lady about 2 years ago. Her and her son was walking down the street, and they both talked to me and was like, "You know what? You saved my son from going down the wrong path because you gave him a break about 4 or 5 years ago, and we moved out of that city. Oh, well, it was longer than that, but she said you saved that son, and he's been doing good ever since then." And so, man, if you help one person in life, you did all you could do, and so I could pat myself on the back for that part. But there's some dudes that done, probably have issues with me out there. But y'all listen to any interviews I do on Bomb First. Ain't nobody that was around Death Row other than the main artists, meaning Snoop and Dre and all of them. And they don't even speak bad about me. They ass tap at me because of something I said. But nobody really had nothing bad to say about me because I try to be fair with everybody. And that's all you got to do is try to be fair with people. Treat street niggas with respect, and they going to give it back.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because I knew, like you said, I ain't never really heard nobody put smut on your name like that. And especially since this crazy motherfucker on stage praise you like that, I know you gotta be, a cool ass.
Hey Reggie, if I think if you would have been with Pac and them niggas that at the hotel, that shit would
They
have never
told
happened.
Rez not to bring his firearms, and they pulled his team.
Yeah,
Well,
I've seen.
let me just say this, though. Let me just say this. I, I would have talked to them because I knew them. I ain't going to try to say like I didn't know Orlando and Keepy and all of them. But I would have stayed back and talked to Orlando that night. Yeah. So I agree that that might have happened. But I'm also one that believes in, Pac had his destiny. That was the date that was written on the board for Pac to go. Um, I believe that God knows when all of us gonna leave this world, man, and that's just my belief.
What's your take on Snoop buying Death Row? Like, how you feel about that situation?
Well, that's what I just said. I hate because my boy Wack had a control over it, and I knew I could get the music and or whatever we ever needed. And Suge, when he gonna need it, that's why I told Suge he better keep his ass calm. Well, I sent a message to him because I haven't talked to him. You better be cool and not speak on this too negatively because you're gonna need them to license that music if you ever get a chance to do another deal. But yeah, he has control, not the type of control y'all think he has. I think it's just a financial benefit for both sides. But hey man, like I just tried to say earlier when I first started talking, as much money as Death Row make, it's just setting up in a bank account for me one day because of the music publishing that I acquired back in the late '90s, early 2000s.
And you was
I got
just
a
copping
question,
for
Reg.
publishing.
Suge doesn't have any publishing also with those artists.
Suge, Suge lost everything in the bankruptcy. All Suge got out of, you remember what Tina Turner said in her movie? She said, "All I want is my name."
Name.
That's all Suge got in life now, y'all, is his name. And
Shit,
whatever
Wack
he
told
puts
us.
out from there. Yeah.
So why you can't? It's so messed up because we can't even pull up none of all the Death Row hits on
Well,
Apple.
that's
None of that.
that's 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 just temporarily. They got to move. I don't know what the move is. Wack act like he don't deal with Snoop and them, but he got a relationship with them.
Oh no,
He
I
know what the
fuck with
move is.
Snoop.
Can Snoop
I
I
release
always
said you
all
called
the
him
do.
music
Snoop.
on
That's my
Apple?
nigga.
Yeah.
I was fucking with him
No,
throughout the
that was my
That's
deal.
the
point.
homie.
I said you know what the deal is. That's what I'm saying. Wack know what the deal is. They
Yeah,
got a
no,
plan.
they just they in transition to doing shit.
Yeah,
You
they
got
got a
to
deal.
straighten up everything so that money stream. You don't even want to take the risk of it going to the same place and then it end up a couple million end up going where it been going when it's up under new ownership. So they
Yeah.
just changing
That's
shit.
all I was trying to say, Wack, is that you know what the plan is. They got a plan. That's all, babe. That's just a game, a temporary situation right now.
He got a new deal going too, so that's why he took all that music.
Yeah, something called NFT.
Death
I don't
Row,
know.
Death Row
I
never
think it
been
would
on
have been better
Apple.
if Dre had control of Death Row than Snoop.
Dre
Well,
don't want to have nothing to do with anything that says death or row. Period.
Yeah, he
he
wasn't
He
don't.
don't
with
want
that.
He,
to. He don't want to
yeah,
fuck with none of that
he
at
don't
all.
need it.
Yeah,
He
we
don't need.
know,
I
but
remember one time.
his magic touch would have changed that shit though. We
Bro, that's where
Well,
Aftermath, he put his magic touch to Aftermath, bro.
exactly.
It's just like
And-
it's like I ain't calling Dre a female, but if you ask a female that's got out of abusive, fucked up relationship, they don't want to have nothing to
That's a good
do with
point.
none of that shit.
That's a
They
great point.
out. They don't give a fuck. You know
What
what I'm saying?
what Suge did to Dre, like how he stripped him and robbed him and just like get on, like just
Man,
threw
Dre
him
walked
out.
away.
Just
Well,
Dre walked
shit.
well,
away.
that's a perception. Dre
Well,
just
yeah,
walked away,
Dre
babe.
walked away. Dre, oh my bad, he did bust the shit. He didn't have no choice.
Yeah.
He
Hey,
didn't have
No,
Well,
he
no
had a
choice.
choice. He chose to walk
No,
away.
he
He didn't want to
didn't.
deal with what he didn't
Suge
want to
was
deal with
over
what
there
was going on.
bogarting every, or he was bogarting.
one thing Dre Suge never did to Dre is disrespected Dre publicly, or now whatever they talked about personally, but they had a decent relationship. I'll be honest
Facts,
around us.
definitely.
Their relationship was decent. Dre just wanted out because
He didn't like
there's
what
some
was
things
going
going
on.
on, with his females and stuff like that, with Michelet and stuff. And Dre just wanted out a
That was
clean break.
crazy. Miss Chalet,
Yeah, it was
hey,
a
she
lot of
had a
shit
baby
going on. He
by
ain't want no
Dre, then
parts.
she went and turned around
Yo, the
and had a
Tupac. That's
baby
why
by
I
him.
fucked your bitch.
That shit
hey,
is crazy.
hey, Reggie.
Man, they
That
blaming
shit
her
is
for the
crazy,
cause
right?
of the breakup.
No, she she
That's who I
she was part of it, but she wasn't the major key though. But it was a lot of
exactly.
shit going on that Dre just didn't
Exactly.
fuck with. Period. Like when
Yeah.
you a certain type of person and you want to move a certain way, and everybody around you moving another way, shit. Sometimes that's best. You got to
But
separate your
Dre,
fucking
I
self.
see
Drake,
why
he
Dre
wasn't fucking
shell.
with the environment.
He
Let me
shell
just say
shot.
that.
Easy E did him. Easy E fucked him over. Then Suge kind of, with the whole money thing. So he like shit. I'm on
See,
my own.
there it ain't no money. Dre would get what Jake. Drake could call up the accounting firm just as easy as Suge could to get whatever he needed, babe. So that's a myth. Dre was getting a monthly
Believe
of
that, but he,
125,000 a month. Guaranteed, hitting his checking account every first of the month. 125 back then. Y'all know y'all saying that ain't nothing, but that's just your monthly. Everything was being paid for. That's why everybody say nothing was in nobody's name because everybody only had these stuff. Everybody back then, leasing cars was the new thing. Only cars you owned back in the 90s was the cars like low
People
riders
were
and
still
stuff
learning.
yeah, you put a lot of money into it. Nobody had the credit to qualify for $3 or $4 million houses. I don't care how much money we thought Dre had at the time. They didn't have the money for that, so you had to put stuff in the company name in order to qualify for them. They were living on penthouses that was $15,000 a month.
Definitely.
You had to be able to qualify that. Only thing that was able to qualify for that was the company, and so
That's
that's why.
is that what
Go ahead.
happened with
that's why
Tupac
Suge had the
too?
Warner Center though.
That's
Is
what
that
happened with Pac.
He had
is
everybody
that what
Pac
living
happened
came
with
together.
home.
Hey,
Tupac?
hey,
Park manager,
I got real.
Park manager came home and said he was broke when he came home. Somebody just did an interview with saying Park had no money in the bank when he came home. But Park was living in a fucking Peninsula hotel for 3 or 4 months, which was like I think Wack probably know. I don't even know now. At least $5,000 a month. Then,
Definitely.
I mean a day. I'm sorry, a day. Then he went to a penthouse on Wilshire. But it took time. Everybody forget it was only 11 months that Park was on death row. So it takes time for you to build your money back up and stuff. He got a house bought in Calabasas. Snoop always talking about he didn't own nothing. Snoop still to this day own that house in Claremont. Still to this day that death row bought him. He also had a house in Toluca Lake. He had a penthouse on Wilshire. He had just had $5 million paid for him on a legal and a court battle. We give Suge Knight a bad rap, y'all, about
Yeah,
taking his money and stuff.
that's
We give the
crazy,
man a
Reg.
bad
That's
rap.
crazy, Reg. You said 11 months. Pac was there. That shit seemed like longer. It was only 11 months.
But he made
11
I
months.
mean, but he
Yeah, it wasn't
made
even a full year.
millions.
Noise. He
But
made
he
so
didn't
much
Made
make it in
money.
millions off
11
that
months,
all
babe.
eyes on me
He,
and all of that shit.
he
So
did,
he made millions.
babe. But that money, okay, I wish Wack was still here. Knowing him, he probably gone. But I wish I could know how long it takes you to get your first royalty check from the date that your album released.
Almost a
In your
year and a half.
contract,
Nah, I know that firsthand. I know that
Yeah,
firsthand.
almost a
I'm
year and a
uh,
half.
180 days, right?
yeah, that shit took a minute for me to
180
get my
days. Do
first.
y'all know what
Yep.
180 days is?
Yeah.
That's
Uh huh.
6 months. 6 months.
Here.
It took him 3 to 4 months to do the album. I mean, his album didn't come out till February. So he died in September. That means his album royalties payments wasn't even due until August, September, babe. So how this shit rip Pac off? And he died, we all know he died September the 7th. Yeah, but it's just too deep for people. But once you break it all down, it's all can be explained. It all can be explained. But who has the time? Who cares to explain it? Everybody just let it go with
Hey,
the flow.
Reg, that
Facts,
nigga was
cause the
pulling out.
lie's more attractive
He
than the
was
truth.
pulling out 9,000 a day every fucking day. Wasn't no five, nigga.
And
Nine.
we in the cars we see him driving the leases.
Nigga
The people
crazy,
that
my
was
nigga.
around, they was getting taken care of. I mean, he had lawsuits that needed to have been settled that was getting settled.
I remember,
His mom had a. I hate putting out the man business like that, but it was just things that was going on that was getting taken care of. Of course, the money was getting generated, but to say that Suge was stealing from him when he died and he died broke and all of this, no, that's not
Oh no,
accurate.
he didn't steal from that nigga at all.
No, that's
If
definitely
he
not
didn't steal
accurate.
from that nigga, he gave that nigga what he wanted, what he was supposed to
But
get.
that's what everybody said. That's what the young
Suge,
lady
Nah,
said.
he
I
didn't do
didn't
no
say
stealing from
I
that
didn't
nigga.
say he
You
was.
didn't say
He didn't
Pac, you
steal.
said Dre. I know, but that's what the,
He
the
didn't steal from
perception
Dre
is
neither
out
though.
there.
Shit, Pac was giving out his jewelry. He was giving out Rolexes and all that shit to Napoleon.
So Suge was.
He was upgrading the shit.
I
He was
remember.
upgrading himself because he knew money was coming.
I remember I was in the Palladium and Suge came in there with that red rose. He bought out the club. He bought everybody bottles of champagne. He paid for everything. That motherfucker. I ain't lying. It was crack.
Man, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this, man. Death Row artists was taken care of, man. You know what I'm
They were
saying?
taken very
Suge,
well care of.
Suge
But
had the
y'all gotta
whole
remember,
Warner
Wack,
Center.
Wack, y'all tell them this. When somebody guest appear on your album, you know who getting paid off the album is generally the producer and the artist. Those side people that's not on the album, they usually only getting paid whatever fee that the artists agree to give them.
Shit.
Usually they exchange songs with each other, and then whatever they wrote. And usually the artist already have the hook, and the beat maker already have. So that's 65% gone right now.
Gone
15%
already.
of it going to the hook, 50% going to the artist. There's only 35% left for writers
And that's per song.
per song. Exactly. And guess how many songs you get paid on? When you get 18 songs, 19 songs on
Nah,
an
you
album,
ain't getting paid on him.
exactly. Tell 'em what.
You throw away. He just threw away like 6 songs.
Exactly.
Yep, 12
That's why I be I
albums.
be stressed the fuck out. I be like, look, bro, you putting 20 songs. I gotta pay for producers, sample clearances, all this
Yep.
shit on 8 that we ain't not getting paid on.
Yeah, cause what they stop at 12, right? Right?
Yeah, it was over
That's
with.
what R. Kelly taught y'all, 12 play. You remember R. Kelly said 12 play? When he started doing 12 play, that's what he was trying to tell y'all on 12 play.
Yeah. And see, but that's why I tell people streaming does benefit us in other ways
Correct.
because them motherfucking songs is streaming. It don't kill the revenue. You know what I'm saying? So be a lot of people don't know about this shit. Maybe I be hearing them talk. Sometimes I let them talk, but you get a guy like Reg in here, he start opening up the conversation, and it's just great conversation. But yeah, back then, with anything after 12 songs, you just threw that away. You gave that away for free. That was just for
Correct.
the fans.
Correct.
Hey, yo, Reggie, I got a
And you do that,
question.
and you do that to make the album good and successful to buy and to push those 12 songs. But yeah,
Reggie, I got a question. What happened with the relationship with the realest and Death Row, like around 2000
Well,
pre?
that's the nigga that he was just talking about. I made sure, right?
yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to say the name, but
Hey, yo, Whack 330 coming up real quick, man.
Yeah, I know. I switched it to 4. I'm moving. Um, I think jealousy happened with Realist, and not only that, what Realist was created to do, it phased out
it failed.
when when
It
when,
failed.
when Biggie died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Realist was I ain't gonna say it, but I got it like a replica sort of reincarnation of Pac
That's
to
all
keep
he
the
was.
shit going.
But
You
let
know
me
what I'm
say
saying?
this. But Rex saw the talent in him. Wack, even after all of that, came and said, Willis. I had a conversation with Wack and Willis in like 2006, 2007. When Wack was just getting going and blowing up, already making moves. And I said, and Wack said, nigga, I'll blow you back up. I'm going to fuck with you. And he was too naive and not smart enough to understand. He thought of Wack, the other guy, and not knowing the position and how Wack was making moves.
Yeah,
And
he
and,
got
and
sure
so
he
Wack
thought I was
killed
gonna be
himself.
a little sure.
Yeah.
That's what he thought. And I don't know why, because Reg, every time
You
Suge tried
saved
to
him.
twist him, I saved
You
him.
saved him. Yeah. But I never got that. I got off the phone with him and told him right then, you just made the stupidest mistake of your life, dog. But anyway, yeah. But that's what happened to the realest, dog. We did something with realest top dog and this white boy named Milkbone. I don't know if y'all remember Milkbone, and the public hated it back then.
Yeah.
The public
Yeah,
hated
I
it.
Hey,
remember
Reg.
him. I remember him.
You
Hey,
remember
Reg, I
Milkbone?
gotta speak on it, bro.
Shit is
Okay.
real.
Niggas is getting too loud, right? I wonder if this little kid that's running his mouth know that if it wasn't for
Oh.
me and you, they wouldn't have had that spot over there in Porter Ranch just living.
Quarter in. He don't know.
This nigga, this nigga son running around running his mouth. How old was that nigga back then, bro? 6, 7,
Four,
4?
four, shit, 4 or 5.
Nigga running
I
around
remember
running his
throwing him
mouth.
in the
I'm
back
looking at this
seat.
nigga running amok like, come on, little dude, calm down.
He I don't know. He's feeling himself right now. One thing I used to like about him when I first came back around and 4 or 5 years ago, started listening to this YouTube and all of this stuff. He was calling you Unc, so I knew he had a lot of respect for me from the time,
Yeah, I
you
don't
know,
know
of
what
the
happened to
older
the
age.
nigga.
Yeah,
Little nigga crazy, maybe. I don't know. I
yeah,
see he
because
might
he
be
don't know
cool,
his
but
dad.
Tupac ain't
When you
dead,
don't, when
and
you
he got some
well,
followers, so maybe that's what it is.
he don't know his dad, and he don't know how his dad play both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
What I mean by that, talk about us in his back, or talk about somebody in their behind their back, and then on the next conversation is kissing their ass like they the best thing since popcorn. So that's all. Once he learned his dad and he get bit as an adult, he'll stop that. He'll be like, oh okay, I got it now. So that's all I want to say on that because I don't like talking their family business.
Yeah, he be all right. That little nigga going crazy.
Hey, Reggie, when you was there when Dre walked away and he walked away with nothing,
Correct,
ever
correct, yeah.
anticipate that? Did you ever anticipate that Dre would be the man that he is now? You know, billionaire
Uh,
or all that. Did
we
you ever
always,
like at that time
well,
when he walked away? Did you see that coming?
knew he was a talent, knew he could produce. Thought he was lazy, which if y'all look at his product of work over the years for a guy that's been in the game as long as he is, he doesn't do much. But he hitting home runs. Nobody, I'll be a fool to sit up and try to hate on him. He hitting home runs. But my point is, he could have did a lot more uh, for helping producers, or especially West Coast rap, come up. In my opinion, how many songs did he do on the Game album? How many songs he really did on any on 50 and now on his own album,
Shit,
Uh
you
oh.
know,
Uh
you
oh,
know,
Red.
didn't
You
he make
letting
it?
the cat out the bag.
I know, yeah,
He
He
didn't.
he
but
did
anyway,
he did help a lot of producers though. You know what
He's
I'm
saying
saying?
the
He got a
same
lot of
thing
niggas around him
Game was saying.
producing.
Bro, listen to me.
Right.
Let me tell you what he
oh,
did, bro.
Who
it-
Nah,
produced?
cause I ain't gonna let you get away with that shit. What he did was took these producers, instead of saying this is the nigga that produced it, he
exactly.
took his name and put it on there, so the beat is
That's
worth
facts.
200,000 and took the credit for it.
Word,
Yeah,
Dad was
that's
And they
complete
facts.
barely
about
got
that
That's right.
shit.
paid.
That's how most of the
Why you
songs
think he
are
don't
now.
deal with a lot?
But it
Why
still
doesn't he
changed
have
up
some of
niggas'
the same
producers'
friends in his
careers
life?
though.
Hey, wait, y'all got to mute up when Reggie talking. Hey, say it
All
again,
right.
Reggie.
Well, no, I just said why a lot of people have left him. If y'all see all the producers that has left him over, y'all ever hear 187 code 187 talking about still messing with him or Das? Yeah, I notice him and Das don't really talk about each other too much.
Mm.
That boy that was with them during the aftermath time, I forget his name. You remember all the
Focus.
guys that was with him, Hitman and them?
So on Hitman.
Yeah, I remember Hitman
Hitman.
now. They still
You
around.
don't hear them talking about him no more. He don't have those type of friends. The only one he go back to for writing is the DOC. DOC pops back up, and him and DOC be going at it.
Hey,
And
Red.
so,
But
Word.
Reg, look,
Even
the
DJ
biggest.
Quick didn't have fell over.
Hold on, 1 second. But Reg,
hey,
the biggest record to date, he didn't produce or write.
Scott
That shit.
Storch, right?
Scott Storch produced it, and we already know Jay Z wrote it.
Scott
So,
Storch
yeah.
only played the keys though.
and
All he
that's the
did was play
biggest.
the keys.
What I do know about Dre, and let me just say this about Dre. Dre is a hell of a finisher. Dre, what the problem is Dre like he'll finish your shit up and add stuff to it. take and master it and mix it and make it sound different. I remember DJ Quick did a song with a, wasn't it a female named True Hurts or something like that,
Yep.
where he said DJ Quick did that song, right? And he said he didn't even recognize it when Dre gave it back to him after he mixed it and mastered it. And so
That's for sure.
that, that's Dre.
Yeah, Dre is a fucking mastermind when it comes to mixes, and he's a
And
fucking
finishing.
perfectionist.
He's a
That's why he
finisher.
take. That's why he takes so long to come out with shit. Dre will sit back and listen to a song for 2, 3 years straight, bro, and like keep mixing
Correct.
that same fucking song, bro, for 2, 3 years. People don't know that shit.
That's correct. And I would love to see his catalog. The stuff that he has at his house, you know, if he up and died or something like that, and people, if he gets a following like Tupac got, oh my God. Because I sure he got millions of songs at home. But like y'all said, he gonna listen to it and play it over for you know, for a while. But I'm not gonna ever hate on Dre, because I'll be an idiot to do that, because Dre is winning. If you count money in life, I don't count money in life as winning. But if you just want to talk about checking accounts, then he's winning. Um,
Facts.
but come on, y'all. One thing I want to teach the youngsters, people that's 30 and ca- look at people characters. Look at their heart before y'all judge on who they are. And loyalty, character, and yeah, those three things are more important than anything in life. Y'all learn.
Make sure you get a damn prenup too, cause that nigga had to pay a bag.
Yeah,
Hey, prenups don't mean shit in the state of California, man.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
yeah. And $100 million gonna hurt, I'm sure. I hate to give anybody $100
That's a
another
whole
female
lot
to
of
go spend with
Yeah,
motherfucking
that,
you
money.
know, that's crazy.
to go spend with another nigga.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all that's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
Now
Another
they can
nigga
do
gonna
some
come up
voodoo on
under.
their ass.
yeah. But
Let the
she got
niggas hit
two or
the
three kids. Y'all don't know he adopted Sedell three kids, and so that's why a lot of those kids are Sedell threes, and
Yeah.
hopefully she'll just take care of them. And it's the natural kid that he had by her. So
So it ain't nothing you can do in California about the prenup.
yeah. Now once you got infidelity out there, they go. That's Kobe Bryant taught us that. Why you think Kobe Bryant stayed with his wife
That nigga went and put that $4 million ring quick.
and that tattooed on his arm? Yeah,
Hey Reggie, hey, I heard you say in the interview one time that you that you heard Dre say that he'll sell his soul for $1 million.
I didn't say that. Suge said that. That was
I think
Suge Knight.
it was a clip or something. I don't know if it was like legit, but
Yeah,
like
That
Suge
he
Knight
was
like
said that.
Suge.
That
oh
was Suge.
Suge. Okay,
Yeah, Suge.
Suge.
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
He
Reggie.
said
Suge
let the
always
devil came
swear
to
that he wanted
collect.
to be white.
Hey, yo, Reggie. Man, this
That
laws
was
and
Suge.
media. Do you mind if I holler at you on the back channel, man? I'm from the
Anybody
east
can hit
side
me
of
up on
Compton, man.
IG or however, but hit me up on IG. I'll answer that better. But I'm kind of new with this clubhouse stuff, and I still ain't good with it.
Hey, hey Reggie, out of all the interviews you did for all the, for Tupac and everything, which one do you think is the best, like one of the most accurate out of all the interviews that anybody did with you?
That did with me, huh? Um,
As far as the Tupac burner and shit like that, which one you think is the most accurate?
as far as what about Pac or
Yeah, about Pac for sure.
that I did, personally, or that I heard.
Yeah, that you did, that you were involved in.
Murder Route, Murder Route. I believe Murder Route. Hello, everybody hang up on me. Talking
Oh
about
no,
Murder Route.
no, we no,
No,
we
no, we
here.
got you.
Everybody hung up at the same time, Reggie. No, we
I
Oh,
heard you.
was Googling when you said it. Like, yeah, no, because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying?
Murder
So,
Route.
yeah.
Murder Rap was the one that's about 93% accurate.
Fucking murder rap.
Hey,
But
look.
Shout out to the trucker.
hey, yeah, shout out to the trucker. Hey, but Reggie, I just want to know, like, it's been alleged that Monkey Man is out of prison. Is that true?
Well,
Yes.
he don't like to
Y'all
be
didn't see a
called that.
picture? Y'all don't follow Wack on IG? Hey, but let me say this: I do not call that man Monkey Man. I call him, I call him
Yeah.
G.
Oh, okay.
Is that his name is George, right?
I call him G. That's all I'm gonna say about that man. I ain't saying nothing else. Y'all ask me no more
Yo,
questions about
first,
that man.
Oh yeah, I don't have nothing else to say. I'm a real nigga.
I ain't got nothing else to say either.
Trust me.
you went, hey, Reg, would you tell him you don't follow whack? Hey,
Hey
Hey,
man,
they must
hey,
go.
that was a fucked up picture.
Hey,
They probably
Reg.
didn't know who it was.
Hey,
Nah, they didn't.
You probably should have put Monkey Man. That's the only way people on YouTube know him. And
hey,
I
yeah.
swear that man probably will. He probably go back to jail if y'all call him that to his face.
Info Minds did that shit.
He
Yeah,
did. Yeah. Info Mind, see, that's another nigga don't know what he playing with.
man. I did. Let me say it again, y'all.
They like all
Reggie
that.
just knew who y'all was talking about because of YouTube. That's the only reason I knew who y'all was referring to.
Oh yeah, my bad. Like I
Yeah,
said, man, I come from that side of town, man. So yeah, man.
please.
Hey, Reg. So
Please
you got
repeat what I
to
said.
be around Pac for a minute, right?
I'm the one that picked him up from the airport. All that shit y'all hear about a briefcase and jury and all of that is cap. And
Yeah.
the young people were. I
So
don't want to
look.
pick him up on a first class ticket at LAX and took him straight to the studio.
Hey, so look. A lot of people think Pac was like this soft ass nigga. So if you been around him, you kind of
Nah,
know how he was. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? So
let me
could
just
you
say
explain to them a little bit
this.
how he was?
Let me say, how can you call somebody soft? No matter what, we didn't know. He didn't know they were policemen at the time. So I ain't gonna put that on them. But this man went to save somebody that was getting beat up and got into a confrontation with him that he didn't know. He just saw a white man beating up on a black man, and he interfered and intervened with that. And whatever happened, or allegedly this out there that happened. And they found out to be police officers. But I don't care if they were police officers, gangs, or whoever. What he did, I wouldn't call that a soft person in my mind.
Thank you.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, because a lot of niggas on here be trying to paint the narrative like Pac was this soft ass nigga and they didn't know him, they wasn't around him. And I'm like, yo, and even people try to say Suge was a bad influence on Pac, but I beg to differ. I think it was the other way around. Pac was a fucking firecracker, man.
I agree. I always said that's why I agreed that he took off the way he did. That he not cause of that. I mean that not be a bad word, but him being loyal to whoever he was, he took off and did that out of loyalty and being who he was inside the casino is what I'm talking about. It ain't like Trayvon. I'm not gonna put on the bad guy people put that Trayvon went and whispered in his ear. Trayvon went over there and spoke to the crowd, the group, the homies, the circle or whatever. And Pac took off and did what he did. Now he probably knew everybody was gonna follow him and do whatever, but that was his mentality. Y'all gotta remember this man is raised by Black Panthers.
Hey,
Right,
Reg. Hey, Reg. Hold
poor
on. So
man.
hold on. Let me ask a question, Reg. So with that said, the fact that he went over there and spoke to the crowd, why was it that he was the first one in front of all of them mob power rules? Why he was the first one in front,
Because
running
he
over
took
them?
off. The mob Paru dudes probably was thinking about it. They're a little bit Paru's a little more calculated. Street niggas have been in jail a little bit more calculated. Pac was I was just answering the question, people about to get mad at me, but he was a firecracker. That was a word that
Hell
somebody
yeah.
on here just used.
Yeah, I just
And,
said
and
that.
and that was my whole thing with just responding, agreeing, saying he took off like that. Those dudes was probably Trayvon was probably over there just speaking and said, and then those niggas probably calculating. They probably wouldn't have did nothing that night. If I know those five dudes that was in that circle, they wouldn't have did nothing that night. They would just probably said, yeah, okay.
The reason I think the reason Pac went on Green is because to him it was basically a death row and bad boy situation because
nah,
them niggas,
nah. That was a Pyru
Nah, hell
situation.
no.
Fuck
That
out
was
of
a
It ain't
here.
Paru
had nothing to
move.
do with Bad
Yeah.
Boy, bro.
That
nah,
was
because them South
had
Side
nothing to
niggas
do
was
with
bad
It
Bad
boy.
Boy,
had
bro.
nothing
Where
to
you
do with
from,
Bad
bro?
Boy, bro.
I'm from New York.
Oh
Where,
yeah,
where,
you don't know what the fuck was
yeah, where
going
you
on.
from? Where you say you from?
New
I'm
York.
from New York. I
It
mean, them
ain't had
niggas
nothing
was
to do with
security
But
for
shit.
where
bad
you from?
boys
What I'm
though.
saying, where you from?
He
Oh,
said
I'm
New
East
York,
Side
right?
40.
He from where?
I'm from New York.
Yeah, that's the problem, bro. Like you looking at some movie shit, bro. We talking about that's just like you knowing, nigga. That's some real Queens shit, right? And this nigga just happened to run with these niggas, but this shit really behind this shit that happened over here, nigga on Rosecrans at a fucking swap meet. You know what
Correct.
I'm saying? Yeah, nigga. You know that wasn't nothing had to do with no
Well,
bad
really,
boy or
Lakewood
nothing.
at the mall, at the Lakewood Mall, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it had nothing to do. Had nothing to do with no bad boy and
Yeah.
all that old shit, bro.
I mean, them niggas trying to take the chain though.
So
Man, it
what? That
had
nigga
Well,
he
nothing
a
to do with
crip, nigga,
bad
and he
boy.
seen some Paul rules, nigga. See, you on
yeah,
some other shit and you don't want to hear it. That nigga's a crip. He ain't into music. He don't give a fuck about that. He see Paul rules, he see an enemy. He
Fact.
see a nigga he think he a bitch, he gonna go in his pockets. That's it. Like you tying into some shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Making up your own fucking scenario.
Right.
Yeah.
He, he in the goo,
Pushing
but
his
they be
own
doing on
narrative.
YouTube. Time for that bullshit. He in the goo.
He just so happened to run with a label. Orlando was on his bullshit. That's what he was on.
yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Hey, Big Reg, is it safe to say that DJ Quick was out of line when he implicated Trayvon Lane in that YouTube video the way he did?
Well, he was mad. You got to remember, me and Trayvon had just went to the house, a little while ago, and 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You come knocking on my door 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Is
I
that
might
hey
want to
yo? Is
call.
that the reason why the homie came up there tripping that day? The next day?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's
Shout out to
exactly
Black
why.
Tone. Shout out to
Yeah,
Black Tone, my nigga.
yeah. Black Tone. Yeah,
He came up
yeah.
there. Yo,
And some Hoovers. He brought some Hoovers and some.
that
Yeah,
nigga
but
didn't give
anyway.
a fuck. That nigga Black Tone wanted nigga. He like what? Open the gate. Them niggas told me, Reg. I said, blood, give him his fade, right? They ain't
Yeah,
want to fuck with Tone. They said, whack. You open that gate, we gonna kill him. I said, Tone, I ain't opening the gate on. They was serious in the motherfucker too.
yeah, yeah. So that stemmed from that. To make a long story short,
Man.
that stemmed from going to his house at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh, so he was just mad. Oh, that's some personal shit.
Yeah, yeah. We went knocking on the door at 2 in the morning. Yeah, yeah.
Man, I just wish the east side of Compton could go back to what it was when I was a kid, man.
Whoa,
Shit.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's why the truth didn't work. The truth didn't work because of history. Because people start fraternizing with people, then you realize, hey, that's the nigga that shot my brother. That's the nigga that mama crying for. Got pictures up in the house like a memorial. And then that just kicks in.
That's true.